So I've been doing yoga and it's been great, been fantastic. But I've been noticing a lot as I've been doing this. So yoga, the definition is to unite, to join, or to yoke. It's basically an act of union between two things, you and everything else. Thank you, Sadhguru. It's a good analogy. I had to share. He's a good guy. Check him out. And so to experience this consciously, this union with you and everything else, is absolutely beautiful because it's a healing journey. You have to purge a lot of separation within you, which is also Maya, which is a term for illusion. It's also hate. It's also anything that keeps you from a union with something, with someone. So as the law of as above, so below states, anything that you experience internally, you must experience externally. This is why yoga is so beautiful. I mean, am I wrong to call it union? This is why yoga is so beautiful, because there is a purge as well as some life-giving, some union going on. And if you have a good enough awareness when you're performing yoga, you can actually witness it all, and it's just, oh, it's so sick. So I wrote down how you can actually go about witnessing these things to help expand your awareness, to then see it in your practices. It's fun, it's cool. So on the physical level, when it comes to purging, it's going to be the excretion of waste, the elimination of waste. As you start to move, you create movement within your lymph system, and your lymph system is kind of like your waste system. So you're going to be sweating. You might notice that your nose might have a little bit more white heads, black heads coming out, just getting all the gunk out of you. And what's going to happen is your blood, liquid consciousness, liquid life is going to start moving faster within your body. So your nutrients, your minerals are going to be put everywhere at a lot quicker rate. Healing is going to take place at a lot quicker rate. And healing is also going to take place emotionally and mentally at a lot quicker rate. See? Oh, as above, so below. Now on an emotional level, this is when things get a little bit longer. The purging is going to be stagnant energy. Anytime you experience something that is too emotionally stressful for you to process at that given moment, it doesn't just go away. It gets stored somewhere within your body. And what's going on is it becomes stagnant. So through this movement, through this act of union, you start to move everything within your body. Your blood's moving, but so are your emotions. So this stagnant energy starts to get motion. And as you start to feel it moving, you can actually witness these stressful moments move within you. There are certain, there are certain parts of your body that become very, very tense. Your hips, hips have to do a lot with anxiety. When your hips become tense, movement gets inhibited. So what can that stand for? It can be emotional movement, mental movement, physical movement, all stop. Your progression in life slows down. Why? Probably because of anxiety. There are probably moments as a kid, or maybe a little bit older, where you were put down for trying to make a step forward, where you just didn't have the confidence to keep going. And it was so stressful that you kind of emotionally numbed yourself to that experience, and in doing that, you have to store it somewhere. Now this stress keeps getting added on to over life, because if you can numb it once, you can numb it again. It keeps going and going and going until that numbing pain becomes your default mode. So as you start to stretch into these very tense areas, you start to really work out all the tension, all the fear. And now you can go about this and not notice this and just realize that, wow, I'm making a lot more progress in my life. But if you start seeing it, these subtle stressors, either post-session or during your session, you can catch yourself being a little bit stressed, a little bit angry for no given reason. Why am I mad? It's gorgeous outside. I'm stretching in my backyard. This makes no sense. And you might even notice you might be mad at someone or something. Now I might dive more into that, into the mental aspect, because that's the next layer of it. But I want to get into the life part. So your physical body is actually your subconscious mind. Every emotion, every thought, every physical experience you've ever had has been with this body. And just as every single thought you've ever had has been experienced within this body, every single part of you is speaking. Just as those hips, as I said, being tense, when you try and move forward, it might seem like you're thinking with your head. And now, this might sound a little bit silly, but that's what most of us are used to. We spend a lot of our time housing our consciousness, our awareness up here. But your other parts of your body speak to you. That's why if you stub your toe, you can feel the physical pain there and you're like, oh, I don't want to move there. Physically, it's speaking to you there. But if you start to be a little bit more aware, other parts of you that are experiencing stress will speak to you as well. They might not speak to you in words though. They speak to you in images and other things. Now, what does this have to do with the emotional life-giving? Well, as you become more physically flexible, you're also allowing yourself to become more mentally and emotionally flexible. Now, let's think about a physically flexible person. They can be put in physical positions that might cause a lot of stress for someone else, but for them, it's fine. It might actually even be enjoyable. Now, it's the same thing for your emotional consciousness. It can be stretched around and put in different positions that before would stress someone out, but for you, it's fine. You become much more malleable. So what's going on with these old stressful emotions is that you're morphing your consciousness, your emotional body, into the same position that it experienced these things in. And you can actually fully process this emotion without so much stress. And remember that what you're doing is moving stagnant energy throughout the body, and emotions are energy in motion. It's just you experiencing that energy and then recognizing it as anger, stress, happiness, sadness, whatever it may be. And so by you being more emotionally flexible, you can truly start to get in positions emotionally or even physically to trigger it that can help bring up old traumas, old things, and you can handle it properly and grow from it, all consciously, because you're experiencing this yoga consciously, because it's truly fear that is keeping you from experiencing the beauty of world. Fear of success. You gotta be kidding me. We can't be having that. And then we go on to the mental part. So emotions are really just dense thought, a thought that you thought so many times that now you can actually feel it emotionally. Has that much energy behind it. So when you move these stressful emotions, you can also go in and see the thought patterns that are behind these emotions, these cycle thought patterns, these mindsets, or cyclical thought patterns. Cyclical mindsets that keep you in disease. Oh my god. Okay, I'll stop. Maybe. So with this movement, these mindsets make themselves known subtly. It might feel like, oh, let's just go back to bed. It's too early to be doing this stressing. Oh, let's just go eat. Let's go eat. We've done enough. Or it's too hot out here. Let's go in the shade. Let's stop this. These mindsets of giving up, right? And so you can catch this when you're doing this, and then you can start to give life to yourself. What you can actually do is, this is a perfect time for self-inquiry, whether it's post-session when you're relaxing or during the session when you realize this position is causing it. You can ask yourself, where does this come from? Where's the root of this? And then you can start going down a little whole journey and then find the root cause and then start to change your action. Even if you don't want to do that, you can just catch these mindsets, kind of analyze it, see how it's affecting your life currently, in the past, and how it's going to affect you in the future if you keep listening to it. And you can start to make conscious changes out of it and create new cycles, or just break the cycle altogether and just be free-flowing. It doesn't matter really there, but it matters that you're conscious, because if you make unconscious decisions out of it, you're going to unconsciously create a new cycle, which you're going to be unaware of the consequences in your life, and you're going to be unaware of how to progress out of it. Bad. The best part is it's going to make you more aware of when you're thinking in this cycle, when you're acting in this cycle, when you're feeling in this cycle, because now that you have the thought of it, you kind of have the root of it. Now you can really see how, whoa, how does this, okay, if I'm feeling like this, I'm more than likely at this stage of the cycle, which means I'm probably going to end up here, which probably means I'm going to act like this, which is going to make me feel really bad, which is going to, you see what I'm saying? It's just going to create this whole little thing. And if you're conscious throughout all of it, you're fine. You can bring more life to you. You can consciously shift out of these cycles and become the person who you want to be. It's a healing process. It's eliminating that separation from who you want to be and who you truly are. Right? Who you are now versus who you want to be. Word. I don't really know. kind of joint that one up, but I think you know what I'm saying. And then it, you know, kind of goes to the ending. So I wrote this corny little ending. I don't know if it's corny. That was just me being hard on myself. While also reducing the mental stress in you, you allow for more silence, more peace, more conscious acts and experiences, leading to a more conscious you in tune with yourself, and as a law of as above, so below, a more unified internal experience means a more unified external experience. My name is JC. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.